Callum, lovely to meet you. Congratulations on Madfabulous. Although I'll confess to you that I actually call it Mad
Thank you
Fab
very much.
because I actually think that Henry Paget would have
Oh
liked
well,
Ab Fab, would he not?
oh, he would have loved it. Oh my God, I think it would have been his favorite TV show ever made.
Totally.
And actually, we all call him Mad Fab. Actually, it's obviously you can imagine saying Mad Fab is a bit of a mouthful. So yeah, Mad Fab is something that we all call it on the show.
Yeah. And congratulations on your performance as well. Just going back to the title, though, we do hear the word towards the end of the film. Did Henry Paget actually create that word himself, or did it come from somewhere else?
No, he didn't come up with it. I think that's definitely something that Kellen and Lisa sort of came up with as a sort of buzzword for the entire film. And obviously it makes so much sense given what it's about and what he was about. But I think for me, I think with stuff like that, when you sort of have to say the the title of the film, especially with the way we say it's tricky, right? And for me, it was something I was quite nervous about. But actually, when I was there with Rupert and we sort of said it together, there was something really sort of meta and beautiful about it in a way. So I yeah, I actually really come around and really enjoy it now.
Yeah, it does sort of sum up the spirit of the film, if you like. When you got the script, first of all, how did you respond to it, and how did you respond to the character in particular?
So I when I first read the script, well, first of all, I was asked, "Have you heard of Henry Paget?" And I said, "Well, no, I haven't." And then he said, "Well, there's a script that's come in, and I mean, we'd love you to read it and see what you think." So, I read, I first of all, I looked him up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, who this man looks amazing in all these photos." And then I read the script and realized that obviously there was this period of time, and I was kind of flabbergasted at everything that he got up to and sort of represented, particularly in that period of time. So I sort of fell head over heels for him really because as an actor, it's a gift, right? Like it's things, especially with what I love. I love the theater and I love to wear amazing clothes. So it was such a gift of a role for me to try and step into and really sort of investigate who this guy was, because it was that was all one thing, but it was also really for me, it was like the questions was like why did he do this? Why did he behave this way? Well, all those questions that I really wanted to try and sort of interrogate within the movie, and that was another really kind of interesting part of the process. Is really kind of when you see someone who wears all this kind of amazing things and lives this kind of extravagant life, you always want to ask like why, right? You always want to kind of go, well, what's really going on? What's behind it all? So that was the big challenge of the role, but it's one that I loved exploring. It felt like a real gift for sure.
Did you find when you were doing your research that there was still some aspects of his life or his character that was still a little bit shrouded in mystery?
Yes, definitely. It was a big part of it actually. There's actually very little that we know about him really, if you compare him to other people that have been sort of represented on film and TV, with Henry it's sparse because a lot of his records were destroyed by the family, so we didn't have a ton to play with really. But however, having said that, Lisa Baker, the writer, did a lot of research and compiled this amazing sort of document, which I loved reading and sort of sifting through. And then also my own research on top of that. We got to really kind of fill in some gaps. So we made a really big attempt to. So, but of course, like, there's a lot of mystery around Henry. And sort of, it's sad really, because I would have loved to have read like a diary from him. Or something very personal, because actually like there's very little of that available, and actually like I would have loved to have just read some of his writing and seen what was going on inside that amazing mind of his, because Yeah, he is mysterious, and you're absolutely right there. I really I still have a lot of questions now, obviously.
Yeah, and but you still get the impression of him almost being like a rock star in his day.
Oh my gosh, well that's it. That for me, that's what I wanted to do. I think I fell in love with him, right? Like and actually the quote in the movie, despite your idiosyncrasies, you were very much liked on the island. I was like, well, if that's how he was, if that's how people felt towards him, despite kind of what happened in the end, then he's a rock star. Like they must have absolutely adored him. And he must have, he must have had so much swagger going around Anglesey. So that's like definitely what I wanted to bring. I wanted to bring a sort of rock star, David Bowie, Pink, not Pink, sorry, Prince, Pink as well, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
element to him, you know?
yeah. You mentioned Rupert Everett earlier, and you share quite a few scenes with him because he plays the butler, Gellert, who is really the closest that Paget has to a father figure. What was he like to work with? Because when I was watching the film, for him, it was actually, should we say, a lower key role, but he had such presence because even if he was in the background, and he often was, you still felt his influence.
Mm, totally. And I think that's actually the power of Rupert Everett, right? He oozes charisma and he's so handsome as well, right? Even in this film, in that role, like as Gela, like he's so striking, and also he's very tall. Rupert is right, so like he's such a striking presence on screen, and you can feel that on set as well. Like every day, I'd go on to set. He has these amazing stories. He comes with all these amazing ideas, and he's so knowledgeable. Like he's so smart, and he's so quick. So I felt so lucky to be on set with him every day because obviously it's not lost on me that I'm still very much at the beginnings of my career, and I'm very young, and I love learning. I'm like a sponge. I love like absorbing everything that sort of comes in my path. So when I got to work with Rupert, I just loved every day just listening to him and watching him do his thing because he's one of our very best.
He certainly is. The costumes in the film, of course, are just gorgeous. And I gather they were handmade as well. I wondered though if, as you were getting towards the end of the shoot, you were tempted maybe to take a little souvenir.
Well, absolutely. I mean,
And
that's the
did
thing is that
you?
when yes, when costumes are made for you, like oh, obviously the big question you're thinking the whole time is like, can I keep it? Can I take it home? So I got to keep his because I think a lot of them are going to go into a museum. I think in Wales that they're gonna sort of do like an exhibition almost from the film and connected to Henry. Um, but the tweed suit that he wears when he goes to see his dad in the movie, I got to keep, which I'm thrilled with because I
Wow.
love that suit and it's so smart. It's very warm, but I love it. So it's a lovely sort of winter suit, I guess.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you got to do it legitimately as well, so you didn't have to sort of sneak it away. Is it
Oh, I've
even
learned from
better?
that. I've learned. No, no, no. You know what? I've learned from it. When I was doing cabaret, there's like this really famous party hat that Tom Scott, the designer, sort of incorporated with the MC. And when I finished that job, I took it home, and I can tell you, they rang me like not even a day later to be like, where's the party hat? So you always have to. From that, I was like, I'll always have to ask, and if I'm told no, I'm gonna have to suck it
Then,
up and just
then
leave it be.
fair enough. Callum, it's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. And
You too, Frida. It's lovely to
yeah,
speak to you. Have a lovely
we
day.
both love Mad Fab.
We both love Mad Fad and
Yeah.
Ab
Thanks a
Fab.
lot.